Welcome back. We've got three exciting ROKiT F4 British Championship races certified by FIA to take us to the end of the season. Those of you that have very kindly joined us for the racing this afternoon will have seen some championship tables wrapped up in terms of Ginetta Junior and the JCW Mini Challenge. F4 was actually wrapped up provisionally during qualifying this morning, and I'll talk about the ins and outs of that as we get into the race. But before we do that, fill you in on what's going, let's tell you how they're lining up for today's first race. So pole position today, a first pole position in the new formula for Joseph Loake, with Oliver Gray alongside Ed Pearson lines up in third. Then it's Dan Ginchard, Aidan Neate and Ugo Achukwu on the next row. Row 4, Louis Sharp and Georgie Dimitrov from Eduardo Cossetang and Michael Shin. Noah Lyle is on row 6 with Adam Fitzgerald. James Higgins on row 7 with Jack Sherwood. Ollie Stewart, a lowly row 8 with Jaden Parriott. Then it's Marcos Flack and Daniel Mavliotov. Grid completed by Isak Parashi. So that's how they line up coming into the latest race of the season. The championship looks like this. No points for qualifying, but Alex Dunn provisionally champion because of the points now that Oliver Gray can't score in race 2, the reverse grid race. You get points for moving up the order, and he was banking on maybe moving up further, so he had this sort of option to qualify further back and then get the points gained, or just go for the points. But Oliver Gray second in the championship, Ugo Achukwu third, Louis Sharp in fourth from Joseph Loake and Aidan Neate, then Georgie Dimitrov and Daniel Ginchard. But pole position, Joseph Loake, so we've got a first-time pole position in the new generation car for Joseph Loake. Ed Pearson, best ever qualifying for him on the outside of the front row. Row 2, Ollie Gray and Aidan Neate. And we get ready for the start. So 4 different teams represented in the first 4 grid positions here at Silverstone. Look like a jump start towards the back of the grid, but getting away very well indeed is Joseph Loake from Ollie Gray in second position as they head into Paddock Hill Bend for the first time. And a huge grid of cars. We're expecting an even bigger grid next year. So much interest. One of the Chris Dittman cars heading off into the gravel, but exiting the gravel as well as they go through Druids for the first time. The Dittman car going wide again. I think that was the first of them, Jaden Parriott, who went wide there. So a couple of cars just being a little bit errant in this 20-minute race to go through. There is Aidan Neate in the 57 car, a bit further back than he wanted to be in this one. Qualified in 4th position for race 2, did Aidan Neate. But it's Loake from Gray on pole position with Ed Pearson, P3 for this one, P2 in his second one, which is the best of the season for him, as we watch the cars heading down through Dingledale and into Stirling's for the first time. I think a glorious sight, and you felt at Silverstone that we had a really great field. It was so good to see the 20 cars taking to the circuit for Silverstone in the first time. We had extra cars from Sportec coming in, and if you haven't raced in a previous round, you're not eligible to race 4 points in this final event of the season. Louis Sharp closing in on Ugo Achukwu, the 2 teammates, and the black car of Louis Sharp, who missed the first round of the year and came here to Brands Hatch on the Indy circuit. The driver of he's got a problem, and that does not look good, and he's missed the pit lane entry, so that problem manifested itself a little bit too late for the number 11 car, which is dropping down the order, hopefully not dropping down any oil as well. Our spotter's telling us that maybe he is dropping fluid on the track, and that could cause a big problem because it's going to be all the way around. He is going to stick on the inside for the moment. The Rodin Cars sponsored machine pulls off at the bottom of Haywoods Hill onto the old rallycross track here at Brands Hatch, and that is not a great situation to be in for the youngster in his first year in the championship. Marshall's on scene to deal with that very quickly indeed. Hats off to the Marshals, and thankfully Louis is out now. The car is off track and almost behind the barrier, so one wonders whether we will get a safety car there. Ginchard's still there in third place. The 2-tone blue car had that new livery going on the car for Silverstone, where they had a lot of guests there. Ugo Achukwu trying to close him down. For race 2, those positions are changed off the start, so Achukwu starts 1 place ahead of Daniel Ginchard, and of course he'll need less points after race 2 to secure the rookie championship. But at the moment, the rookie championship is going to go to race 2 this weekend, if not a little bit further. It's out of Stirling's for the last time, down towards Clearways, 1 minute 38 on the clock. I've got to say, Joseph Loake has driven this one superbly. An excellent double pole this weekend for Loake, as we continue to watch Pearson still in 5th place. It's going to be his best finish, and we're still getting those stories over the course of the year. Ollie Stewart briefly there in the number 4 car. Stewart coming under pressure from James Higgins. Let's see what happens. Oh, the car behind them, which is Jack Sherwood for Chris Dittman Racing, just having a little bit of a moment, runs a little bit wide, but carries on. It's just going to lose him a little bit of a gap between the other drivers. He's quite a way clear of the Aussie Marcos Flack. Look at the gaps again. Loake is safe, Gray is safe in second, Ginchard under a little bit of a pressure from Achukwu and Pearson. Then we've got Aidan Neat going through, Georgi Dimitrov next up, then it's Michael Shin. These are the 3 cars we saw a moment ago. Now, has the last lap board gone out? The last lap board is ready, it's been readied, so I think we've got 1 more lap for Joseph Loake in this race. Loake has had 2 wins so far in the 84 car. Joseph won at Knockhill and Snetterton, so different circuits you could not get, the flat nature of Snetterton. Now, the time's running out, the last lap board is being shown, which I can see from a commentary position here. Joseph Loake, I reckon, might get past. So we're going to have a look, see if it is last lap. Checker is not waved, so Joseph Loake goes across onto the last lap just before the clock runs out. So we get the treat of another lap here. 1 minute 24, the last lap time. Loake still with the fastest lap. The gap is 2.8 seconds. Ginchard still the top rookie. Is in 3rd place. Achukwu in 4th. Down behind them, it is Ed Pearson. You'll see on the timing tower that we've got on the side E. Pearson, because we had Joel Pearson racing at the start of the year. We continue to wish Joel Pearson well. Not sure we're going to see Achukwu make a move now on Daniel Ginchard, because he really has shown Achukwu a good clean pair of heels here, although Achukwu has done the job in terms of making up 1 place from the start, ahead of Aidan Neat on the first lap. A little bit further back, Ollie Stewart is there. He's running 5th in the rookies at the moment. Adam Fitzgerald a little way down the road, but behind Stewart we've got James Higgins in his 2nd meeting in the Formula, and Jack Sherwood in, you see, it's his 4th meeting in the Championship. But Joseph Loake away and into the countryside for the last time here at Brands Hatch. It looks like not an easy win. There's no such thing as an easy win in F4 racing. Goes under the Quickfit Bridge and will make his way around Clark Curve and onto the Brabham Straight to record a 3rd win of the Championship for the year. Joseph Loake takes the win, and he'll be pleased to have done that from pole position. Oliver Gray, 2nd in the Championship, 2nd in the race from Daniel Ginchard, who takes the rookie honours. Ugo Achukwu is 4th from Ed Pearson, a career best for Ed in 5th position. Delighted for him, beats his personal best by another place. Aidan Neat next up from Georgi Dimitrov, Michael Shin in 8th place, Noah Lyle in 9th, and then Adam Fitzgerald from Oliver Stewart in 11th, and James Higgins in 12th. Marcos Flack in the white and red livery of Fortec, who returned to the Championship 2 weeks ago at Silverstone. Great to have them back. Flack beaten by his teammate in this one, but there is Joseph Loake, the teenager from Macclesfield, and JHR grab another win in the Championship. JHR's 6th win of the Championship. That's an impressive tally from JHR. They have been shared between Joseph Loake and Georgi Dimitrov, to be fair, over the course of the season. Joseph's going to be delighted. I'm sure he'll be doing some videos on social media to tell us a bit about his thoughts on the win. But takes it into pit lane comes Noah Lyle. My director's saying he's not celebrating very much, is he? Probably not. There is Oliver Gray in the distinctive pink and blue helmet, congratulating our race winner. Round 28 of the ROKiT F4 British Championship here on the Grand Prix circuit at Brands Hatch is won by Joseph Loake. 2nd position goes to Ollie Gray. 3rd, Daniel Ginchard. Daniel taking the rookie win and takes the rookie championship decider onto race 2, maybe race 3. 2nd in the rookies is Ugo Achukwu, and then 5th position, Ed Pearson from Aidan Neat and Georgi Dimitrov. Michael Shin in 8th from Noah Lyle, and Adam Fitzgerald completing our top 10. 11th goes to Oliver Stewart from James Higgins and Jack Sherwood. Marcos Flack in 14th from Eduardo Cossetang. Daniel Mavlyatov 16th from Isaac Barashi. Jaden Pryat in 18th place. Louis Sharp sadly non-finishing with that fire. Championship standings as we move into our final race day of the season. We'll see Alex Dunn as the champion, provisionally from Oliver Gray. Ugo Achuko in 3rd. Louis Sharp 4th from Joseph Loake and Aidan Neat. Daniel Gitchard 7th from Georgi Dimitrov, Eduardo Cossetang, and Ollie Stewart completing the top 10. Let's go down into Parc Ferme where Louise Goodman is with our race winner.
Well done. That was a pretty commanding race win, wasn't it?
Yeah, obviously started from pole. I just got a very decent start and just made sure that I maintained the lead. And yeah, it was just a matter of maintaining the gap. Obviously, the first few laps was pushing for fastest lap while the tyres were still there, and then after I knew I'd done a lap that it was probably couldn't be beaten, I then just backed it off and tried to save the tyres for the reverse grid race tomorrow.
I mean, obviously the overall championship has been won by Alex already, but for everybody else, there is still a lot of honour at stake here, isn't there? I mean, you want to move as high up this championship order as you can.
100%. Obviously, we've come into this weekend in 5th. Obviously, it's really close between me and Aidan for 5th. Sorry, with me, I think 4 points in front before this race. So, obviously, we're at the business end of the season. It is the last round, so we got to really maximise it. And obviously, finishing the season, obviously starting this weekend off well is obviously. Yeah, it's exactly what we wanted.
Well done, well done. And our second place finisher, Ollie, he was off up the road, wasn't he?
Yeah, no, a bit of a boring one, unfortunately. But I had an okay start. I sort of matched Joe off the line, and then that was it really. He was really, really quick today, and there was nothing I could do. So just sort of saving the tyres towards the end, then looking forward to tomorrow. So yeah.
Obviously, we had the announcement before the start of the race that Alex had taken the overall title. How did that kind of feel to you heading into this race?
It hasn't really changed much, really. Just trying to maximise everything I can now and try and go out with a bang as much as I can. But I'm happy, nonetheless. P2, good points, securing second in the championship now, and just looking forward to tomorrow.
Here's to more podium success tomorrow. And a last quick word with Dan. I mean, you've still got lots to fight for here as well, haven't you? Because that rookie title is still up for grabs. You've closed it a bit on Ugo in that race.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Ugo kept me under pressure for the whole race. He was really keeping me up, and I couldn't make any mistakes, otherwise he was going to get past me, and I knew that was critical for the championship. But overall, a really good race. I'm happy with the result. Another podium. I had a podium at Silverstone, so to carry that streak forward, it's really positive. We've had a tough season, but I'm really happy with how it's gone now.
So what's your attitude heading into the final race day in British F4 in 2022 tomorrow?
I think we just have to go all out like we did in that one. It seemed to work, so I think as long as we go with that positive mindset, we've got the pace, we've got the really good car underneath us, so I'm sure we'll come out with a good result again.